There's a church in the heart of Rome that has preserved the memory of St. Francis of Assisi for over 800 years. It was here in Trastevere, near the ancient port of Ripa Grande, that St. Francis stayed as a guest in what was then a hospice for the sick and the homeless, known as San Biagio. It is the only place in the city of Rome where the Saint of Assisi is known to have lived and prayed.
Francesco arriva qui la prima volta nel 1209.
Francis first came here in 1209 at the invitation of the Bishop of Assisi. Together with his first companions, he decided to come to Rome to begin the long process that would eventually lead to the approval of the rule in 1223. And it is here in Rome that he finds this special place. It was a hospice and a hospital dedicated to St. Blaise, built by the Benedictine monks of the nearby Abbey of San Cosimato. It was a place where pilgrims were welcomed, as well as people experiencing illness, suffering, and hardship. In this sense, it was very similar to the places Francis had already known in Assisi, the leper hospitals where he had encountered those who were suffering.
Allora è molto vicino questo posto a quelli che Francesco aveva già vissuto ad Assisi, nei lebrosari.
During the Franciscan Jubilee year, visitors can obtain a plenary indulgence at the Church of San Francesco at Ripa, the sanctuary which preserves precious traces of St. Francis's time in Rome and the lasting mark he left behind.
Siamo qui nella parte.
We are in the oldest part of the church, which preserves the very place where Francis, most likely together with one of his companions, lived, stayed, and slept.
E dormiva.
Among the treasures preserved by the friars minor of the convent of Ripa is the stone that St. Francis is said to have used as a pillow during his stays in Rome.
Qui appunto conserviamo, come veniva prima indicato, il sasso dove.
Here we preserve the stone on which Francis rested his head. Alongside this important relic, we also preserve behind us a work created by a friar who lived in this very place. In the 7th century, he crafted this altar, a walnut rootwood altar.
Questo luogo, in questo convento, che nel 600 appunto realizza questo altare in radica di noce,
which contains countless relics of Franciscan saints, as well as a mechanical device that has continued to function manually from the 1600s to the present day.
È ancora funzionante in modo manuale.
But the richly decorated reliquary is not the sanctuary's only gem. Hidden within this small church in the heart of Rome is also a famous panel by Margaritone d'Arezzo portraying St. Francis.
Ci troviamo quindi nel XIII secolo.
Dating back to the 13th century, it was created just a few years after the death of St. Francis and depicts St. Francis of Assisi with features that likely draw from the testimonies of his first companions. Margaritone probably had the opportunity to consult the first friars and companions of Francis in order to create this work. In one hand, Francis holds a cross, symbolizing his role as the founder of a religious order. In the other, he holds a reference to a passage from the Gospel. Whoever wishes to follow me must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me.
Rinneghi se stesso, prende la sua croce e mi segua.
Through his friars, the relics, and the stories he left behind, St. Francis continues to live on. Since 2011, in this place at Ripa, his friars have welcomed and accompanied young people between the ages of 18 and 35, forced to flee their homelands because of war and poverty, offering them the chance to start a new life.
Da più di 10 anni.
For more than 10 years, we friars, as a province of the order, have been committed to starting a project here. The project, Rinascere insieme per amore, rising again together through love.
Today, the convent houses 12 young men.
Loro vivono con noi 24 ore su 24, I pasti.
They live with us 24 hours a day. They share meals with us and also other spaces, together with many volunteers whom I would like to take this opportunity to thank. We give them the opportunity to resolve any bureaucratic or administrative issues, such as obtaining permits and documents, learning Italian, and receiving training in order to find employment.
Essere formati per poter avere un lavoro.
And so, 800 years later, in the heart of Trastevere, St. Francis's care for his beloved brothers continues through those who carry on his legacy.